Hi everybody! Today we are going to be testing out some of the new craft kits from the works. Now they've got this whole new range of stuff that they've just put out. I thought I would pick a selection of things that some of them I don't normally do, some of them seem like little easy wins, but I've got a selection of the things here and we're going to try them out and see if they're any good. Okay, just to let you know, it is half term, so the idea that people are going to be coming in and talking at me, chances are quite high. But for now, let's get started on kit number one. So this is the first kit, £3. It's a flower, make your own paper wreath, and all the flowers are made out of paper. I think it says it comes with 19 paper flowers, 15 paper leaves, 1 ribbon, 1 paper hoop. What does a paper hoop look like, I wonder? Instructions and adhesive dots. It does show you on the back all of the things that you get. And I imagine, oh, this is what a paper wreath looks like. It's a circle, isn't it? It's just a circle. And then it's got instructions on how to roll the paper to get the texture and stuff like that, and instructions on how to assemble it. So, looking forward to doing that one. I picked it up because I thought it was quite springy, and I don't know if I've done any paper crafts before. So I was like, oh, actually it's quite a nice way to not to have to research for a project and not to have to buy loads of different resources and stuff like that. Instead, I can just spend £3 and get an entire kit. Number two, again, something new to me. This one is a punch needling kit, £4, and it comes with the bag and it comes with your punch needler, which is definitely a word, but you do have to download your initial. So yeah, that will be interesting to see. What does it come with? 1 tote bag, 1 punch needle, 2 balls of yarn, 1 bamboo hoop, instructions, and scan for letter templates. £4, what a bargain. Let's open it up. Oh look, there we go. Hoop, 1 ball. Oh mate, there was no need for that. Not a ball, and the punch needling thing, and a threading needle, is that? I don't know. Like I said, I've never done punch needling before. So far, the instructions have consisted of a single piece of paper, which is fine. If that gives me all the information I need, then that's fine. If it doesn't, I'm going to be annoyed. I wonder if I can use the other side of this as my template. I could just draw it on, really. All in all, happy with that one as well. Right, number 3 is the Crochet Your Own Flower Basket. Ooh, says the world of YouTube. You get 6 coloured yarns, stuffing, plastic crochet hook. We'll be swapping that out. 1 plastic needle and 3 times wires. Instructions. I read it as, oh hang on, there we go. I read it as 3 wires instructions. That's not good. Doesn't make sense, does it? And again, a picture on the back to show everything that should be in there, which I think is quite sensible. Makes 1. Not so easy to get into though. Right. Ah. So 2 lots of instructions, but not the same. Oh, I think this one's like a how to crochet. Yeah, so this is like a how to crochet and how to do, how to work in the round. And this one is the actual crochet patterns. What size is this? Oh no, it doesn't tell me what size it is. I'm not working with that. I absolutely refuse. It would be nice to know what size that is, but not to worry, because I've got plenty, so I can just swap that out. and a darning needle, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colours, some wires, and a little bit of stuffing. Okay, the next thing is this little cross stitch kit, because I haven't done any cross stitch in a little while, and I'm looking to get some stuff to put on my wall behind. I'm going to have like a little sewing space and I want to put stuff behind it. So I thought this would be quite sweet, and I've got some hoops anyway, because this one doesn't come with a hoop. Oh, I don't know what that is. This one doesn't come with a hoop, so I can put them into my own bamboo hoop and it'll still look quite pretty. This does, however, for £2, come with cross stitch fabric, a card, needle, 7 threads, 1 envelope and 1 set of instructions. Oh, because it's a card set. Oh, imagine if I'd read it before I bought it. Imagine. I just don't know myself sometimes. Okay, so we have a picture of what it should look like, the card and envelope. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, there we go. So card inner, card outer, like that. Envelope. The pattern to follow, although it's not in colour, which is fine, but it irritates me. I do like these. I think these are more inclusive because it's better for people that are colourblind. So I will accept it on this occasion. They've got all your threads and a piece of fabric and then a piece of Ada and then your cross stitch needle. That's really not bad for £2. So far, the works. You are excelling. You really are exceeding my expectations. This is the Make and Create line. I'm going to put a link down below so that you can see all of their offerings, because this was just a small selection. They had at least 20 different new craft kits that you could test out. I was really, really pleased with them. And this is my final one. Right, this is, how much was it? £4. It's a paint by numbers. I don't remember the last time I did any painting, as in like artistic painting. Paint the walls all the time, but I don't remember the last time I did any proper painting, and I have never ever done a paint by numbers. So for £4 I thought, sure, why not? Let's see how we go. It has 1 printed canvas, 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres, 14 numbered acrylic paints and 2 paint brushes. Simply match the numbers on the paint. Fine. I quite like the colours as well, actually. The fact that it's got lavender and that in it. I mean, it would be nice if I could get into it, but for £4, it's a skill issue, my friend. So it's got everything you'd expect, like the standard paint colours, and then 2 paint brushes, a thicker one, oh, let me pop it there, a thicker one and a thinner one. And then the canvas, oh, I think I'll do this one first. That's quite cool, isn't it? I'm going to need to flatten that out. Do you think that is part of the instructions? Step 1, flatten out. Oh, it is quite, it's quite bouncy. Okay, that's fine, we can do that. Oh, there is no instructions with this one. I mean, it's straightforward. You paint by numbers. You find 8 and you paint 8. It's not difficult. However, it's me, so I don't know. Simply match the numbers on the paint to the corresponding numbers on the canvas. Paint by numbers and watch your canvas art come to life. Awesome. But once I've painted it, then what do I do with it? You have to stretch it round a frame in that. I'm thinking too far ahead, aren't I? I'm upskilling myself before I've even managed to paint the thing. Right, well, I'm going to spend the week doing all of those, and I will come back at the end of the week and I will rate them out of 5, and I will let you know how I got on and whether they were worthwhile. I'm pretty sure that considering the most expensive one was four quid, they will definitely be good value for money. But whether they work out as projects that you could use to like learn a skill, we'll see. Anyway, future Philly, take it away. Punch needling's stupid. I hate it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've got my thing. Firstly, this doesn't feel right. Why is there a hole there if there's only a hole there? And the instructions don't tell me. The instructions say, thread the threader through the needle tip, through the whole of the needle tip. Well, there's 2 holes in the needle tip, isn't there? There's this one, and then there's this top one. So I watched a YouTube video on it, and it said to put it through these ones. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. So then I've made my little tail, and I've gone in, and I've stabbed it, and now I'm coming out. I've got to be very loose, and I've stabbed it back again. Oh, well, now you're watching me, it's working, so I'll crack on. This is not my idea of fun at all. At all. Right. I'm sure it's just because I am bad at something and it really irritates me. So that's why I've got the hump about it. But every time I push it in, all the fabric bags, so I have to retighten it. And then by the time I've retightened it, it means that all my stitches are to cock again. So I've got one massive one here where the fabric just sort of gave way. I don't know, is a bad workman always blames his tools, right? But is it the fabric that's too tough? Is there a certain density, a certain GSM of fabric that's ideal for needle punching? Right, I've tied you into my dungarees. Oh look, that is exactly my case in point. And I maybe it's the hoop that's keeps coming undone. Good news, ladies and gentlemen, we have found yet another thing that I'm not very good at. Punch needling, flower arranging. These are the 2 things so far that I cannot do. Honestly, looks like a pile. These are a 1 out of 5. It's got a bit of stuff in it. These are a 1 out of 5 because I had to YouTube the instructions, so they were pointless. There was literally no point. And also, I think, please put in the comments if you disagree or if you think that, I mean, we're aware it's a skill error, but a skill issue, but it is also, I think, the fact that the fabric's really, really hard, and that's what's causing me to struggle to go through, and therefore making the fabric really baggy, and then meaning that I can't have consistency of stitches. But like I said, bad workman always blames their tools, so I'm going to persevere through and then reward myself with a glass of wine at the end. I made a thing! Look, isn't she pretty? Oh, well, there was me saying that I couldn't do flower arranging. Voila! This is much nicer than needle punching. Oh, look. The kids made that one. Oh, well, the little one made that one. And the bigger one made that one, and then she got bored, hence why they're not ruffled. But yeah, pretty pleased with that. Oh, it's lovely. Right, it has been a week. Not as in like it's been a week, like, whoo, it's been a week, but as in it's been 7 days since I bought those things. And I have ranked all of the works kits, the make and creates, in the order that I am happy with. I have almost made all of them. Some, we'll see, we'll get to it. So I'm ranking these from 5 to 1, least favourite to most favourite, and I'm going to give you my reasons why. This is a public service announcement to let you know that none of these items have been sponsored. I have bought them all with my own pennies and I'm going to give you an honest review. However, if you would like to sponsor my videos, then by all means send me diamonds, send me all-inclusive holidays and just cash. I'll take cash as well. In at number 5 is the cross-stitch kit. Now, I didn't even complete the cross-stitch kit. This is as far as I've got. Obviously you can see that, they're not supposed to be there, they're just sort of tucked in for now. This is as far as I've got for 2 reasons. One, the pattern is very small. 2, something, I think it's the thread, is really cheap. And so when you're pulling it, you can just tell. And I appreciate that that is because I know the difference between cheap and expensive, and I know that the better quality flosses, the better you're going to have an experience of pulling and so on, and the end finish and stuff like that. So I got the hump and gave up. But the 12-year-old, yesterday she had a sick day and she was like, oh, I quite fancy doing a bit of that, Mum. So she actually really enjoyed it. So she's going to complete this for me. But yeah, you can just tell that the materials are cheap. The pattern itself is basic and a bit tricky to stick to because it hasn't got a colour one, and because the patterns don't necessarily make sense. But then I suppose maybe it's just because I'm used to having both colour and black and white. I know that for people that are colourblind, the images rather than the colours is obviously much better. But for me, I prefer a colour one, and there was no option, there was just black and white. So for me, that's why it's down at number 5. That's why I didn't complete it, and that's why I would not recommend buying this one. There are, however, some really good little starter kits. If you do want to get a starter cross-stitch kit, there's some really good ones at Hobbycraft that are really simple, really straightforward, but also have like really quite cute designs on them, especially around Easter and Christmas. Maybe I'll buy a few for Easter. I'm gonna buy a few for Easter. We'll talk about them then. In at number 4 is the punch needling kit. I'm sure that this was a skill issue, not an item issue. However, I nearly lost my mind when I was doing this. So, no. And it's crap. Look at the state of it. Look. I mean, words fail me. I was mad when I did it, and now I'm mad when I'm looking at it. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, or if the fabric was too stiff, and that's why the old punchies were struggling. Normally I'm good at stabbing things, but not today, clearly. And the P's all wonky, and I just don't want to look at it anymore. The materials were what they were. Because I'd not done any punch needling before, I think that I probably, it was a learning experience in itself, and then, so I don't know whether the kit was any good or not, but would I buy it again? No. Would I give it to my worst enemy? Still probably not. Do not recommend. Bag's quite useful though. I think I'm going to unpick all that and just have the bag. Put a bit of EPP on the front of it. That's a bit nicer, isn't it? Follow along for more. In at number 3 is the crochet kit. For £4, really good. And actually, I've never made flowers or anything like that. Here is my finished product. You may notice that the finished product is not the same as the picture. That's because the pattern inside does not make this. Now, I have read a lot of patterns in my time, particularly with crochet patterns. I have written crochet patterns in my time. I have not seen crochet patterns like this before. I think probably just the person who wrote it either didn't get it proofed by somebody with a bit more knowledge than them, or the person that wrote it is a knitter. because let me explain the pattern to you. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's cute, right? He's cute. I'm trying to find a pattern that explains why I'm so confused. So to make the foliage with leaves, that was this guy here, and this is what it looks like in the picture. So I think I've got them pretty similar. To make 2 foliages with 7 leaves, row 1, 6 double crochet into magic ring. That's it. That's the instructions. That's the end of it. That's it. And then the instructions is secure the excess wire from the 7 leaves onto the corresponding position of the thick wire to make 2 stems. Wrap the thick wire around with green yarn, making sure to wrap it tightly. Unraveling, bend the bottom. So I made 7 because I've got a brain and I know that 7 leaves means you need 7 of them. There are no instructions to make 7 of them. There is no instructions on how to connect 7 of them. There is no instructions. So I think for someone to have their first experience of crochet, to get one of these kits and to say, oh, I want to learn how to crochet, I wouldn't say that this is the sort of thing that you should go for. However, I do think that by utilising kits like this, it means that you're able to explore different types of things that you wouldn't normally make. So I made a sweater vest the other day. I've got a cardigan on the go. I often do, we did a dog coat for the whippet. I often make items or garments and stuff like that. I don't often make like amigurumi anymore because the kids have grown up. So to make something like this is really cute, and actually to think, oh, I've started on some flowers, so now I will, you know, I will have a look and see what other skills I can apply to this, is a really good opportunity. I just don't think that these types of instructions are conducive to people that are trying to learn. But having said that, has come in at number 3, so it can't be that terrible. Right, in at number 2 is the floral paper wreath. Actually love this, like really love this. I don't often do paper crafts or anything like that, but I really enjoyed it. Let me show you. I think I've probably taken a video of my end product. This has been up on my wall. The glue dots are not to be trusted, or they are to be trusted, they just need more. So with this massive one, I only put like 1 glue dot in each layer, and it definitely should have had 3 or 4, but that's the only thing. And the longer I've had it up, the more it feels like, you know, when your homework used to go a bit curly at the ends because you never handed it in, feels a little bit like that. But other than that, I think with a bit more practice and with some decent cutouts, as in like exploring it a bit deeper, going into intermediate level, stuff like that, I think that actually I would be really into making paper flowers. I think it'd be quite cute. I really like it. Not sure on the not sure on the sturdiness of the hoop, but when it's up on the wall, oh look, oh well, that's a thumbnail right there, isn't it? Let me, oh, get out of the way. Yeah, I think I really liked it, really enjoyed it, really liked it. Would highly recommend this one. This one was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And in at number 1 is the paint by numbers. There is a story behind the paint by numbers. I also ignore the fact that it's got paint around the outsides. It's because the children tried to do it. Because I sent them to do this bit in the middle, and then I realised that it's not a thing for them to do. So I finished it off. I went a bit rogue on these lines here. Won't do that again. Did not did not add to the picture. But I really like it. Really like it and really enjoyed it. I noticed that, like, to start with, because I was doing it for the video and I was like really stressed out, I was like, gotta get this done by the end of the weekend, and it was really panicking me. I was like, this is so unenjoyable. I am not finding any joy in this at all. But then when so I knew I was going to be filming today, and so I thought, oh well, actually I've done half of the picture, so I can video it. I will just sort of finish off what I can, and then it will just look better in the video. And I sat down last night and I must have done about 4 hours, because I got so into it, because all of a sudden there wasn't this stress to get it done. So I was like, oh, I'll take it at my own pace and I'll go however slow I like. And I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's particularly tidy or neat, and I don't think that I know that not all the colours are in the right place, but that doesn't matter, because it's only me that knows that, and it's only me that cares. So I think actually I really enjoyed it, and I really liked the actual colour palette as well. Getting those paints undone though, that's not fun. That was not enjoyable. Those little poppy lid paints killed my fingers. And I think, did we swap up the paintbrushes? The kids wanted to swap up the paintbrushes when they were doing it. They were like, we can't work with these things because they're such divas. But I actually found the paintbrushes to be quite useful. I thought they were quite good. Maybe could have done with a tiny bit of a finer one to add some little accents, but on the whole, I think it is what it is. It is what you get from it. So yeah, I think I will definitely, this is definitely number one in my list, and I will definitely be going to buy some more. So that is all the craft kits ranked from 5 to 1. Overall, the works and make and create. I think, like, you're onto something. Could we be doing better? Yes, we could. Could we? Do we deserve better? Yes, we do. But for the price point, absolutely fantastic. To think that the most expensive kit was £4 is like an absolute winner. And again, I think that I have learnt a new skill. I have decided that I want to explore crocheting some flowers and stuff, and I really like the idea of making some paper flowers as well now, especially coming up to spring. That would look really nice in the house. I've also learnt that punch needling can absolutely jog on. It's not for me. It's not for me. And finally, that I am an embroidery floss snob. Right, that's it from me this week. Next week I'm going to be doing some quilting again. The mother-in-law and I went to a quilt show last weekend, so I'm going to pop a little bit of footage in there, and then we're going to see what I bought and what I'm going to make with it. But for now, go enjoy, live your best lives, and go do something creative with your day.